Peace and love, everyone. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, please like and subscribe. And I'm your host, Queen Tamara of Astral Healing Arts Wellness Center. And I want to thank you all for joining me this evening and for this informative, interactive live about the winter solstice. Winter solstice is a very, very important sacred time of the year. And not only um, because it's the first day of winter, but because of its spiritual significance. So I want to take a moment to ask everyone before we start, if you're new, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you have any questions, please comment below this video. So I hope everyone this evening on this Wednesday is having a wonderful, wonderful week, and you're feeling loved and most appreciated. But I wanted to talk about this very important thing because it's a lot of things happening this time of year. You know, they call it the holiday season, and it is a holiday season for many different people, many different religions and cultural backgrounds, um, and spiritual walks. So it's not just Christmas season, it's also Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and then the winter solstice season. And as we get closer and closer to the solstice, you'll start to notice, if you are sensitive, a lot of energetic shifts. In fact, it seems like this whole month has been a whole lot of energetic shifts, a lot of energetic changes taking place, and just more spiritual, um, the awareness of spiritual energy and our spiritual senses are somewhat heightened right now. Um, the veil, as it is called by many spiritual people, is very thin around this time of year. And what I mean by that is there are different dimensions of reality, and this time of year, and certain times during the year, certain times during the day, the the distance, if you will, between dimensions is so thin that you can't tell where one dimension begins and the other ends. They're so intertwined during this time of year, which we know in the Gregorian calendar, this is considered the end of the year, as they say. This is, the end of the year. We got to close out things. We got to get, it's a lot of hustle and bustle on a lot of our jobs as they're closing things out for the end of the year. But is it the end of the year? Now, for the Gregorian calendar, yes, it is 12 months. December is the last month of the year. However, if you are in harmony with nature and striving to live according to the cosmic timing frequencies, or the earth's timing frequencies, you follow the natural calendars, you know that this is not the end of the year. In fact, it's not. And it's the beginning of the winter season. And for those of us who live in geographical locations where we have winter, such as here in North America, we know that winter is characterized by, it follows the fall season where the leaves begin to turn colors with the colder temperatures, and the leaves begin to fall from the trees. Grass stops growing. The animals and insects start preparing to either migrate somewhere where the temperatures are warmer, or they begin to prepare for hibernation, which is the long sleep through winter, or they, stock up for the winter, and they get into a stage of preparation. And though it looks like time or nature is slowing down in the fall, it's not. It's just a change that's taking place, and the animals and all the living creatures are preparing for the winter season. um, the trees that shed their leaves in the fall, those trees now appear to be, dead, as some people say, and some people will call winter time, the dead. They'll make phrases like this is the dead of winter because things seem to not be alive or vibrant in the winter. But really, what's happening is the plants and nature is conserving their energy, and the energy is being redirected in another space during the winter season for survival, which I learned that as an um, urban farmer and just studying nature and real nature and biology, studying life. I've learned that the trees will that shed their leaves, although they're not growing any leaves in the winter season, they're conserving a lot of their energy near the root system and preparing for the first signs of spring months from now, where they will begin to grow new leaves, and the leaf buds and the flower buds will start. And the insect kingdom during the fall, a lot of them will migrate somewhere or go somewhere where it's warmer and stay, or they will start to go underground, go into the tree cavities, wherever they will go. The amphibians and reptiles usually go to the bottom of the creek or underground, bottom of the river, wherever, and they will encase themselves in something to keep them warm through their hibernation. All of this is still life taking place in life cycles. It just is not visibly seen as the same activity that you see during the spring and summer. And so I've grown to appreciate each season, although spring and summer are my favorites, especially for spring. But I've noticed that each season complements the next one. And so without the fall, there would be no winter. Just imagine if winter suddenly came and the leaves didn't get a chance to turn color, die and turn colors and fall to the ground. The tree would probably go into like a state of shock if it went from the way it looks in the summer to suddenly, instant cold and snow and ice. That would be damaging to those kinds of plants as well as the other plants around. And then the animal, like I said, the animal kingdom, the insect kingdom, all of these living beings, play a role in the cycles that we call nature. And so as they prepare for the new season of winter, we too should be preparing for the winter season. And even if you live in if you're fortunate to live in a climate where it's warm year round and you may not have the winter season that includes snow and cold, there still is some type of winter season where you are. It may be a little chillier than the other times of the year. You may be getting more rain during this time. Usually, I think most rainy seasons are in the summer, but nevertheless, you're experiencing some form of winter. It may not be as harsh as some other places, excuse me, but you're still experiencing it. And all of that makes winter special, but also the winter solstice. And I've done many videos on the spiritual significance of the winter solstice. And the winter solstice is known as the longest night of the year. And the night hours outlast the daytime hours, and that is significant for us. And it's a time of supreme stillness and quiet and solitude. So many people spend the solstice in meditation. In fact, I've been invited to a global meditation on that day for world peace. I will be leading a yoga and healing meditation that evening. And it's a time to just commemorate that stillness, that quietness. The dark of night represents the darkness of creation, the creativity that is within each and every one of us. And so this is a really great time to be tapping in to your creativity and tapping into your your inner senses and your inner knowing, and being creative in your stillness and in your meditation. This is a good time during the solstice to be meditating, to be quiet and still. And when you're quiet and still, you're listening for answers, you're allowing and inviting the downloads, you are connecting with your higher self, with your spiritual counsel, with higher forces that are all around you. And right now on the planet, there is so much happening and there is a lot of turmoil. I'm not going to pretend to be, the kind of people that be like, oh, it's all good. It's not all good all the time. And it's not. And there is a lot of suffering. There is a lot of confusion, war, and rumors of war all over the planet. And the best thing that we can do is to not be a part of that problem and be the solution, be the light in the darkness, be that light on the darkest night. So, as you prepare for the winter solstice, I call this solstice week. This is a time that, yes, it is. We have someone in the chat. Thank you. The year is special. So, while this is the time to solstice week, this is the time to be preparing for it with prayer, meditation, and just focusing on your goals. Now, some people um, make their resolutions on the winter solstice, so they go from winter solstice to the next winter solstice. So that would be a great opportunity and a great example of using your creativity to make your resolutions, make your new goals, and the things, write down the things that you want to manifest in your life in this upcoming year before 2025 begins. This would be the greatest time for that. And also look at the solstice as we transition from fall into winter. Remember, fall is the shedding and to letting go of as the plants shed their leaves, and the trees and the plants shed their leaves and start to shrivel up and die in the fall. Look at this time as a chance for you to let go of and release things that no longer serve you. Do a good self-evaluation of the things that you've done this year. What worked well, what didn't, what can you release, what can you let go of to make room for something bigger, something greater, for a new beginning for you. So look at winter season as a time to start collecting your ideas, writing them down, your goals, the things that you want to make manifest in your life, and start focusing on them and working towards them and getting those things ready so that when the spring comes and spring represents new beginnings, you'll be prepared. So look at winter as a time of being still, doing some self-reflection, self-care, self-healing, being, self-motivation, and working on your self-mastery and things like that. So this week, I call it solstice week, very holy time, and it leads up to the next week, which many people will call Holy Week because of the Christmas holidays and some of the other holidays that begin next week, like Kwanzaa, and I think some others are next week. So all of this, look at this whole time of the year in December as a sacred time and a time that's preparing us for the upcoming months to come and the upcoming seasons. So, don't look at it as the end of the year and this year is ending and I gotta, stop things or do things. Look at it as the beginning. It's the beginning. It's the time to tap into your creativity, tap into your sacred mind as you start to prepare for the upcoming season and the upcoming year in 2025. So I hope that was helpful. Please let me know. I would like to hear more from Colonel Kurdistan. It says the year is special. Yes, this year has been special, and it's I think preparing us and getting us ready for 2025, which is predicted to be a very interesting, if not special year as well. And remember, regardless of what others are planning, you can plan to have your best year and your best life possible. Despite what others are doing around you or to you or what they're saying or their deeds, remember that you have so much potential and power within you that you can make the difference in your own life and in your own community. And despite what others may be doing and saying, you can rebuke that. You have the power to do so and exercise that power. Start activating the principles of your prayers, prayers for healing, prayers for abundance, prayers for good health, prayers for world peace. Take this time to focus on those things as the veil is thin, as all these energies are high this time of year in this so-called season of giving. Look at this as an opportunity to give to yourself. Give yourself more of the things that you need. Do more self-care, do more self-love. Be that loving light in your community for others. It's so many people out here that are in need of just loving kindness. I went to the grocery store today, and the lady at the grocery store greeted me and called me, "Hey, love." And I was like, "Hey, love, how you doing?" And we just had a conversation as she rung up my groceries, and she said something to me similar. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but she said something to me like, I'm just trying to spread some love and joy, and just sharing a little bit of myself with everybody that comes in. And I received that and I appreciated it. And so people like that can make your day. And though, and if no one is being that for you, then you be that person. You be that person to make your day. You be that person to uplift your spirit, be your cheerleader, be your guardian, your angel, your fairy godmother, whatever you want to call it. And many of us don't have that in our lives. And when you don't have it, you have to be it. It's very unfortunate, but it's reality for many of us. A lot of us don't have that person that's cheering us on, that's, proud of our accomplishments, that pat us on the back and tell us, well done. Many of us don't have that. And when we don't, we have to be that for ourselves. And, another thing I want to say before I end tonight's live is, by this being a holy time of the year, let's make it holy this year. Let's make this solstice and this winter season of 2024 a holy sacred time. This is a time when we should be focusing on spreading love, being generous, being kind, being uplifting to one another. Being just be the light at the end of the tunnel, because many people are spiraling in darkness right now, and the world does seem like it's just a horrible place to be at times. And let's be that light. Let's be that light on the longest night. Let's be that holy night light for ourselves and for one another. And with that said, I want to end tonight's live. I want to thank you all for watching and joining. Please, 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 share this video with others, watch it again, get the message from it. And, let's keep this season a joyful one, a peaceful one, and a truly holy, sacred one by being the light in our own lives and in others. Let's embody that divine presence and share it with one another. And with that said, peace and love, prosperity, good health to each and every one of you. Thank you for watching.